Okay. So shall we start?
Yes, yes, Prabhu, we can start.
Okay. Okay. Let me introduce. I welcome everyone for the Day 12 of Technology-Based Entrepreneurship Development Program, sponsored by Department of Science and Technology and organized by Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. I welcome our today's chief guest, Mr. Premanan, founder and CEO of the Starter Insights. I welcome you, sir.
Welcome, Prabhu. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah. So shall I proceed the session?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, before getting to the session, I want to know that why your startup is all about based on all the startups are based on Tamil Nadu?
A different part of the country.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I want to know that. So okay. Shall I share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Like you need to give the permission. Yeah, thank you. So, Prabhu, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, first of all, I'd like to give a gratitude for Prabhu, so inviting me to give a session on business model canvas. So, like you want to get to know like domain expertise and as well as domain of your like sector and as well as year of your company. So just go and type it on your chat box. Like we want to know that how many people are come from which domain. So we want to know that actually. So before getting the session, so just go and do type about which domain are you based out of. Like you come from SaaS, you come from deep tech, you come from agri-tech, so on. So like just go and type on what domain you're based out of. So like we have here like 20 some participants, I think so, excluding us. So just go and type it as like which domain are you into. I can't see no other comments in the chat box. Just please fresh release and marine and biology. Okay. Only 2 people are there in the session. Okay. Prabhu, like I want to know, like most of the people are fishery and aquaculture domain.
Yes.
Is this completely domain specific cohort?
Yes, it's a technology-based entrepreneurship development, 20 days program for aquaculture-based business.
Exclusively based out of aquaculture. Okay, that's completely fine. Okay. So, so before continuing the session, like we want to know, basically we want to know that we would like to give a, so basically we want to give some sort of like Kickstarter question. So we want to ask that same question here, like before get into the session, like we want to know that what is startup. Like I'm going to ask what is startup. Then we'll go and do a session about BMC, like what is startup. Like can you, if anyone want to share, and kindly unmute yourself and go and share, like, or else you want to chat in the comment box, like you can go and type it in the comment box. Like like you have a 1 more minute to answer this question, what is startup. So please hurry up, guys. Like we want to know that we want to set the context, and we want to know that basically, so all people came for to do a startup. Of course, we all wanted to do a startup, and of course, what a startup. So no one commenting in the chat box. Like we have like 22 participants in that session. So we want to know what is the startup, and before continuing the session, this is that brainstorming question. So Once you answer this question, then only I can go on and do a session, or else I can't do it. So please cooperate with me. Like, just go and type it out. What is startup? Guys, you are entrepreneurs, you are a future entrepreneurs, and as well as aspiring entrepreneurs one. So you need to get that comfort zone out. So please come up with this kind of answers. So of course, setting up a new business. Okay, fine. I got a one answer, Prabhu. New idea for a business and how it is started. Okay, then there is no difference in it, right? So it's also Akshay said the setup of new business. So yeah, so keep going. Like we have a 22 people. We have only 2 answers. Like we wanted to see that more opinions regarding that getting setting a new business. Okay. And only 2 to 3 people have answered this question. Like, okay. So basically I'll ideate this. Then what is business? So you people are saying that, so starting up or setting up new business. Then what is business? So we want to know that. In a quick manner, like we want to iterate and as a different perspective. And then you people have said that starting a new business is a startup. Then what is business? Setting up initial stage of business. It's not like that. Like, come up with, I'm asking the different perspective here. Like you people have said that starting up a new business. Then what is business? Guys, hurry up, please. So we have 22 people in that starting up is the initial stage of the business. Buying and selling way of earning the money. Okay, then. Yes, Akshay, you got the answer nearby. So you have a very good approach of getting that answer, but you have not get that answer, but you are nearby the answer. Great, Akshay. And like I want to see that more kind of answers. Like, what is business? I'm asking, what is business? Okay, fine then. See, so you people have said that. So starting a new business is a startup, or setting up a new business is a startup. An initial stage of the like business is a startup. You people have said that like that actually. And as well as we want to know that what is business. And actually said that like buying and selling as a way of earning money. So actually you have a nearby the answer. Like you have tried to get that answer. Physical products that are yearly produced, purchased by a company for the purpose of selling, which means completely trading. So you people are Akshay, and I couldn't spell your name properly. And as well as we want to know that like is you are trying to say it's a trade. So business is a completely trade. So of course it is a correct, and we want to know that we are people. We want to know that what is difference between startup and business. So these are the very essential criteria when we do a startup, and we want to know that which is startup and as well as which is business. This is very essential thing. We people want to understand this clarity. Then only you can go and do a sustainable venture, and as well as hyperscale venture. So that's what Prabha Sundaran and as well as Sathyabama team came up with the technology-based entrepreneurship cohort. So like in addition to that, so you people have answered that what is startup and as well as what is business. Yes, of course you have tried a little bit, but I want to narrate this. So basically, startup is something is unproven thing. Actually, no one explored in that particular area, and no one proved like this is a kind of going to work it out. Not. So this is completely unproven. When it comes to business, like most of the things are proven. So in terms of you want to go and put a tea stall, okay, over there in different locations. Of course, we have a lot of SOPs around to put a restaurant, put a tea stalls like that. So we have a lot of SOPs around that to build that kind of business. And even though we also do a lot of mistakes in business also, because it's already proven, we have a lot of playbook around that business, but we people are like not tend to that business, but we make mistakes and we learned, and we do small scaling around that business. We generally, if you want to plan a one tea stall, and as well as and over the period of time you can scale in multiple locations. So ultimately you focus on money, not in terms of value creation. So in terms of business, the most of the, not all the business are like that. Like some people going do some value creation out of this, but most of the things are most of the common things are completely accommodated by that trade. So basically you want to put a tea stall, you want to outsource all the items for tea stall, and as well as you make the tea and you sell it. That's it actually. And you want to build some boutique, as well as you outsource the materials, and you completely buy that some amount of money, and you do some net margin out of this, and as well as you can sell the end users. So probably you do completely trading. If you take any kind of business, it mostly comes under trading actually. So this is completely proven model, and this is completely unproven model. Then why we people are always saying that the setting up a new business, setting up a new thing, this is not completely, this is not under that startup. So startup something is completely hyper growth that produces a massive scale. So let's take an example one by one. So when it comes to when we take Ola and Uber as an example, like before the days, like we got to we need to book a cab. Then only we think of a lot of contacts in like an our inbound circle. Basically, we need to check our uncle mobile, and as well as we need to think about we need to go and search whether the cab is available or not. So basically, we want to know that availability of the cabs. And second thing is like we wanted to check around that whether this person can take this place to another place with the trusted approach. So we wanted to know that, we want to do diligence that, so whether this person or this cab driver is very much trusted or not. And third thing is fare problem. So we have a lot of problems around to choose the cab, and as well as to negotiate the fare problem. We have a lot of problems around that actually. And Ola, Uber and comes a place. So they have a given app. So we want the tap of button, you can give and point A, point B, and you can get a cab in front of your house, and as well as you can go and whatever destination you choose, you can drop out. So basically, so in this point, so basically we used as a technology thing to think in terms of how you can leverage those kind of technology, and to reduce this time complexity basically right now. So and as well as they have thinking through that cab driver's point of view also, like they have and previously they used to do that in terms of picking up you and as well as dropping up you, and then come and waiting for that same kind of location to receive another order. So we are seeing that these kind of scenarios. So Ola and Uber people have come and understand this, and as well as to reduce this time complexity, and as well as to give a better kind of innovation. And right now Ola and Uber can be hyper scaled in any time actually. So this is the power of technology. We can see a lot of examples. So we have, India has a 111 unicorns. So we don't get into that which unicorn is making money or not. Like we don't get into the debate also, but we have a lot of unicorns. But if you take any kind of unicorns, the unicorn is like built out of innovation. This completely unproven model. So that's why we people are risk takers. So that's why we are here. And right now we'll get into that business model. Okay. So then only we can get a better overview of business model. So then why we are building a business model? So is there any idea So can you type it out, like why we are building a business model? So we have a less minutes, like we have a only kind of connections, you and me, like with like within like 30 to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Like, so just please be cooperative, because we want to have a ideal discussion about business model. So basically, generally, we don't do a business model in a 45 minutes. It takes like at least half a day to complete. It's just completely I mean, it's just a boot camp oriented approach. We want to do it in person, but somehow we wanted to go with I mean, via virtual. So that's why we wanted to have a virtual thing. So please comment out why we wanted to do a business model. So please type it out, why we want to do a business model, a plan for successful operation for business. Okay, then any other answers? We wanted to look at the different perspectives. So please, and I wanted to give a open feedback for you people, like try to come up with your comfort zone, then only you can go and sell your kind of products and services to other people. Then you're trying to hesitate to type it in chat, like I'm surprising to know that, like how you can go up and give a I mean, your product and services to your customers. So strategic plan of how your company make money. So that comes under monetization part actually. So to plan and manage your business and of getting profits, it's completely talking about monetization model and revenue model. So I'm talking about business model. So like, I want to know the different perspectives, then only I can know, elaborate how we think we can take it about the business model canvas. Okay, like only I got 3 answers, 2 answers from Akshay, one answer from Mars. I think Mars side. So yes. Okay, fine. Then we want to know that different kind of answers. Like please be active. Okay. So business model basically to turn your idea into a business. So Prem, you have said like so business is completely from startup. Business is completely different from startup, and you are saying that you are converting your idea into business. Is completely contradiction. Can you narrate this? Yes, of course. And over the bit of time, unproven model is completely changing into a proven model. That's the huge vision for any entrepreneur. So if we take like any kind of startup idea, that completely over the period of time, it's completely, now we can take a lot of cab taxis around in the city. So now it's a proven model, right? So, and that kind of like vision is to develop, to turn your startup idea into a proven business model. That's the vision of every founder. And so like why we are building it actually, and to understand your ideal customer profile. So basically, and what that kind of problem your ideal customer profile is facing, that's very much important to solve that problem. And what kind of value you people can deliver this towards this problem. That's the value creation. And this particular thing, you can do a category creation of your company, and basically the moat can be built in this particular area. And so these much competitors are doing this thing, so I want to solve this particular thing to my customer ideal customer, and as well as I'm going to give a particular value to that customer. So that kind of thing, what you people wanted to deliver this. So, and over the period of time, how you will acquire customers. That's the very important thing. If we are any kind of like you found over the period of time, you found any kind of platforms or any kind of forums to pull that your customers into your solution. So how you do that actually, and basically how do you differentiate from the competitors? Of course, it's bit tedious to do that nowadays, but when it comes to, you have a very good niche idea in terms of how you're going to solve in terms of your idea, and as well as you have a set of ideal customer profile, and those ideal customer facing these much problems, and these much problems in solved in what manner, either using a technology, either using, you can come up with own your problems, and as well as that kind of problems is completely that kind of solution is completely different from your competitors. Of course, it's a challenging one, and over the period of time you need to get that moat, then only you can differentiate from others, and over the period of time you can scale it in different location as well as hyperscale. So basically, right now only how will you generate revenues? This most of that startup founders has completely have a misconception between business model and as well as revenue model. Revenue model is one part of the business model. It's not something like complete scope of the business model. It's just one part of the business model. You people want to like have the differentiate. Okay. So, and then what's your cost structure? Basically, generally we do ideal unit economics, like how much money you are making per metrics and per unit. So in your area, like we wanted to like do it as like healthy unit economics, and as well as what's your gross, what's your net margin, so like that. So we wanted to calculate that particular thing as well. So basically, you want to do a healthy unit economics in terms of how you can go about better gross and better net margin in your cost structure. That's very important. These are the things we are doing for a business model, and these are the elements going to happen in a business model. So that's why we are doing it a business model. So basically, we wanted to have a how organization works. So this is the like ideal view of your company. So you can get just try to in the early days try to get your business model. Try to get a copy of your business model and print it in your office. Then only you can get a high level approach of your business. Then only you can get a you can ask a lot of questions in terms of Adani is doing a business, in terms of Jio is doing a business. They're coming with a business model, right? So they do they all grown in terms of they did a lot of mistakes, and they reached a certain level. So, and like completely the business model is like something we want to take it an ideal approach, not in terms of so here and there approach. Like we wanted to take it as an ideal approach. That's why we wanted to take it as a business model series one. So first thing is you need to come up with so hope you have a awareness about the business model canvas template. Like we have a lot of templates around that internet. You can download it. So, and of course you get it from businessmodelgeneration.com. And as well as the first thing is we need to get your customer segment done. So basically like lot of early stage startup founders as confusing who requires your product. But basically in terms of basically I wanted to give that particular scenario towards this towards this clarification. So I hope you are all aware that Lysias and as well as Tendercut. This kind of startups is all about like doing as well as B2C in terms of providing a meets to the 10 customers. So we wanted to have this like as a case study for that. We want to know, and we would give an exercise for you people. Can you elaborate who is a customer for Lysias and as well as Tendercut? Can you type it out? I would like to narrate once again, like who's the customer for Tendercut and as well as Lysias. I can see no other answers in the chat box. Like, please type it out. Who is the customer for? And I'll also bring down a very basic question. And who is the customer for Kinderjoy? I also dropped that question and asked a second questions. So mostly you people have said children. So please, I asked a very basic question. Who's the customer for Kinderjoy? And as like try to answer we have a 24 participants, like we can see only 3 questions for the very silly question. Like try to answer this question. So kids, okay. Akshay Yadav, kids, okay. Please come up with the more answers. Non-vegetarians for tender cuts, of course. Like I dropped that question, boss. Like you are too late to the party. I'm sorry. Kids, their parents. Kids are parents. That's my question. Alan, you come up with a very good debate here. My question is like, who is the customer? Kids are parents. I want to know that actually. So, okay, fine then. So most of the people have a chaos around like who is the customer, who is the consumer. You got it right? Like kids are consumers of the products. They are not the customer. They have them. They don't have the money basically. And nowadays, like 2K kids have a lot of money, but basically the ideal customer is completely parents here. So try to understand, boss. Like try to understand completely. Kids are completely a consumer. Okay, they're not a completely customer. They're a consumer. They consume the product, they consume the kinder joy. So most of the thing have a misconception about who is your customer and who is your consumer. So you need to have that kind of user persona and to have you in a company, and as well as who requires your product. This is very important thing. That's the consumer, and who is to willing to pay for your services. That's the customer. So you need to categorize this kind of thing to your venture out. If you people are all matured, and as well as you're venturing out in terms of an aquaculture. So you need to come up with who is your customer, and as well as who is your consumer. Okay, so these are the very important thing. So this is very important thing when we are going to tackle about this. So first thing is like you need to come up with the segmentation. So either you can do with the B2B or B2C. And don't confuse with B2B and B2C. So B2C is something like completely you make the product, and as well as you distribute to them and the end user. And as well as we have a lot of companies D2C coming up with the D2C. They're manufacturing it and directly have a portal or e-commerce medium to reach that customer. So that's just completely D2C. So you need to come up with a segmentation. Customer segmentation is very important to categorize your audience. This is very intense. In the first segment, you need to categorize your customer segment. The first thing is you need to, and of course, like businessman, farmers, school children. So you need to come up with this kind of segmentation. So this segmentation will help you out in terms of how you can go about your marketing strategy, and as well as customer acquisition strategy, and as well as go to market strategy. So basically customer segmentation will help you in terms of how you can do that. So so basically you want to know that pains and needs of customers. So pain is completely different and needs is completely different, which is why we can call it as a like in terms of nice to have or good to have. So basically, we can call it as a nice to product is only have a, nice to have or must have. So nice to have products is based out of not going to help in terms of the user's problems, is some way going to help it in terms of user's problem. So like must have solution is very something that your customers is required right now, which is like so you people are having a lot of headaches because you are doing a startup. So you people are going to take a Vikshash 500, right? So our Dolo 650. So to reduce your head pain, so you need a right solution and to instant solution towards that problem, right? So that's the need. That's the complete need actually. And as well as is it the complete need? No, it's a complete pain. So in the time, so it's a pain. You need a right now, the instant gratification as well as instant solution you're looking for. That's the pain. So need is something like over the period of time you might be want or not. So that's the completely different perspective. So most of the VCs and as well as angel investors, they look only your what kind of problem you're trying to solve. Is this the must-have problem, or is this the nice to have problem? So, and what kind of benefits you provide to provide your customer basically. Why should customer choose you? So that's also very important. You need to come up with a different kind of offerings, like why I come to you. Basically, you can come up with a lot of approach towards that. Why I come to you. So I'm have a brand identity. Over the period of time, I have a brand identity. So why we are used to do the iPhone? Why I'm generally towards if you want to buy a meat, like why I'm going to that tender cut instead of going for a Lycius. So you want to that kind of clarity. Why you are doing? Why your customers are choosing you? Why they come to you? So basically, why you people are providing a justification in terms of why my product is best out of best. So you need to come up with like that kind of value proposition statement that gonna be help your venture building journey. And value proposition can be a newness and design as over the period of time, price and risk reduction, performance, convenience, anything like that actually. So like this kind of risk reduction also in terms of provides a better clarity and a better category creation around this actually. So, and we have, and like in this case, like I want to give a particular scenario on this. Like we have a lot of commerce company, and also Miso comes in the place. So Miso, what Miso does is like they'll give a, they will resell all those materials in different kind of social media platforms. So which means that the revenue comes from the social media. So utilizing the social media, that's why they can they categorize as a social commerce, not as a e-commerce one. So in this example, they have created a category. Okay, over the period of time, how you can think about how I'm going to create a category with the value proposition. So that's very important. You can create a like trying to go out of the price. So price is not only the value proposition statement, it's more than that actually. Price is also something people think about, but right now nowadays the people are so lot of disposable income to spend those money. But the thing is like want to the better value addition for this the spending. So that's the main thing. So you have to come up with the value proposition, and you can think this value proposition and over the period of time. So, and the thing is like how you can reach out to that customer. So which channel is working for you, which means that are you going to communicate over the period of time in terms of social media channel or else offline marketing, and as well as so basically where your ideal customer is based out of, in terms of you need to think like that actually, in terms of you need to come up with the customer segmentation either as a B2B or B2C or mid marketing at the enterprise level. So we want to categorize this solution, and as well as categorize their ideal customer profile, and as well as you can choose that one medium at a one time, and you can go and leverage those kind of audience and try to have a better interaction through the medium. That's the very important thing. So most of the and most of the early stage startup people having a lot of raising a lot of money and burning in social medias. So don't do that actually. Try to have a little bit budget around this social media and have a fruitful utilize of your social media budget, and try to increase your net promoter score over the bit of time. You are the and you are the one founder who can think about in terms of different channels, and as well as you need to come up with a different strategy for different channels. Don't go with one strategy for all the channels. This is completely brutal. So try to have a like in terms of inbound approach first, and then over the period of time you can do customer acquisition strategy in all the verticals. So you need to come up with which channel is working for you. So which means that direct and online sales, own store, partner thing, and wholesales and social media. So like we have a lot of models around this. and try to come up with which channel is working for you. I'm completely based out of referral. My thing is completely online. My thing is only based out of offline advertising. So my thing is try to come up with an omni channel, because like in the era of so digital transformation has leapfrogged 2 days. So we need to understand this. So after the COVID, like we have a digital adoption, a lot of digital adoption towards that e-commerce and D2C company, a lot of companies like that. And so you need to come up with the omni-channel approach, like wherever you can go, and you need to be there actually. So if the customer want to purchase offline, of course you need to be there. If your customer want to purchase in online, of course you need to be there. So you need to be present in all the channels. So, but the thing is, like we want to take a one at a step, like, and go deep strategy, go a deep go-to-market strategy in every specific channel out of this. So try to have a separate strategy and go one by one. And definitely over the period of time, you need to come up with the omni-channel, which means that across the channels. And the fourth thing is like customer relationship. This is also very important thing. This particular exercise will help you to get the product market fit, which means that over the period of time, my customer will know my product or not. This is the basic question. Over the period of time, you can think it out. Okay. So how will I get a customer? And over the period of time, how I get to retain the customer? Either I'm going to give any kind of referral codes, any kind of value to that customer, any kind of gamification activity to increase my customer base. Like what kind of relationship you're establishing with each segment. So which means that what kind of platform you provide for your customer to engage with your products and services. So that's the very important thing. And have you have a personal touch, and have you have an automated and as well as retentive approach, and as well as retention approach towards your funnel building activities. That's very main thing. If you have a top of the funnel and as well as you have a spin approach, try to have any approach, but the thing is like try to have a long term and a sustainability approach. Then only you can get a proper retention as well as and as well as loyal customers over the period of time. So of course it directly relates to your net promoter score, which means that over the period of time, how many customer base will like my product, which means that in terms of out of 10 products, I mean out of 10 customers, so out of 10 customers, how many customers will like my product? Or else out of 10 customers, how many customers are did not like my product? This is that like completely this is completely related to net promoter score. So basically, this customer relationship directly relates to your net promoter score. This is a very, very important thing. You need to come up with this kind of strategies. And like you can take this personal assistant, dedicated support, reward points, and 24 into support. You can take it's according to your business model. You can take whichever feasibility suits you. For 1 minute, I'll take some water. So over the bit of time, you can build a better customer relationship with supported this kind of of course we have a lot of examples around this. Like try to have your own strategy and how you can build a customer relationship with you people. And so yes, most of the people says like business model is directly related to your revenue streams. Now you realized like business model is something beyond that revenue streams. Right now the revenue streams have come. So how much over that period of time, like how much value I can create, and how much 1 minute. So over the period of time, so we people have in terms of value creation and as well as monetization model. So when it comes to revenue streams, how over the period of time you can come up with a different kinds of revenue streams for your company, like as that multiple ways of coming up with the different kind of revenue streams and build that model that flows a lot of revenue streams in terms of in terms of how you can pull your customers and in a different way, whether they're willing to pay for transaction model, and as well as this basically gives over the period of time that this builds recurring revenue for your company. So like we need to understand the company which generates a recurring revenue, that company will scale a lot actually when comparatively other company. So which means that, so pricing, which means that how much customers pay, which means that, so value is equal to time, credit, services, which means that, so how you can give that time, credits and services over the period of time to get generate more money and generate different kinds of revenue streams of a company. So not only one, like you can also come up with different kinds of revenue streams, and like try to be very specific in your product approach, because a lot of early stage startup founders is coming up with the different products. Hey boss, I have a different revenue streams. This is completely nonsense. Okay, try to have in your product, and you can say in a different approach, and how you can get a different uh, services to that company. So which means that I'm selling like mobile phones to my customer. Like I can do a value addition towards to buy that tempered glass and as well as covers for the company to increase my company's revenue, to increase my revenue streams, right? So what are all the revenue streams in your product and services? You need to come up with this kind of revenue streams. So in terms of freemium model, e-commerce model, sales of product, and as well as advertising, a lot of subscription model also that covers revenue streams. So different kind of revenue streams. So this basically evolves a recurring revenue for a company. Like so you need to come up with is the my product is one time available, or they can consume a lot of times. So that's the main question for a revenue stream. So you need to come up with this kind of strategy, and you need to inculcate the strategy how the customer can buy more times in your product and services. So basically this is completely infrastructures. Basically what are the requirements for your company, so which means the team members, license and supplies and financials. Basically this is complete, you might be completely aware of this. I don't want to bore this topic. Basically these kind of things we wanted to have and sorry, this is complete this is I mean spelled wrong manner. This is also key resources, which means that finance and a copyright. So a lot of people have a don't have a IP right for your company. So kindly don't do that. To try to have a copyright and as well as IP protection of a logo, and as well as better IP for all your intellectual property. So to try to do a trademark for that your logo, and as well as whatever you do. So in terms of delivery, so you need to come up with better approach towards your building resources. In terms of key activities, so the key activities is maintaining your business model canvas is completely key activity, and you have a owl eye towards your business model canvas. And if any other pivot you can made it towards that in the business model, and as well as you can implement and same in your team, as well as to reduce the dependency as well as responsibility, and as well as the key activities, and as well as in terms of production, problem solving, building team, and as well as training, promotion, everything completely comes under the key activities. So you're basically maintaining that the business model canvas, and you have a total approach, 360-degree approach towards that business model canvas. And of course, key partners is also coming up with a lot of in terms of investors, also the key partners, your distributors, some media personalities, because if you have a very good ramp up with your I mean, media personalities, of course, your customer acquisition cost will reduce over the period of time. So hope you people can relate with this. So one good article can reduce a lot of customer acquisition cost. That's the completely scenario now. And as well as, so like, try to come up with your own centric, because I'm talking in general. So you need to come up in 45 minutes. I can talk in general only. So don't take me mistake. Like Prabhu didn't have a detailed a session, like I'll come and do that for you people. So like coming down over there, like you can plan it out. Okay, so this is a completely virtual session. I can do whatever maximum I can do that. So, and thing is, like, you can do a cost structure, which means that capex and opex, which means that monthly cost that covers most of your recurring expenses for your company. So which means that month, day by day, so you'll get these kind of expenses, which means that operating expenses, operating burn, so which is also called as a apex. And the second thing is like one-time cost, which means that capex, capital investment, lease, office furniture, equipment, license, and so on website, operation, capital, miscellaneous, and so on. So these are one-time fees. You're not going to do a company registration for all the money. So right. So you get the point. So you take a snap out of this. This will going to help you in a lot of ways. So, and of course, it's a recording session. Prabhu going to share with you all the people. Fine then. Cool. Okay, the thing is like marketing and sales. This is also very, very important. Product, price, place. So 4P is also very, very important thing. So if you don't, of course, marketing is everything. Everything is marketing. You get my point. You get my point. Of course, the thing is, if you are a people, if you are a introvert, so try to come up with the extrovert, because only you people can go and get out of comfort zone. You can go and talk to a lot of people and conviction is the very key today, because you have come up with a lot of conviction towards your selling, and as well as toward conviction your, like, you people are very special. Because why? Because you need to do both sales in terms of your investor and as well as your customer. Okay, like business people are very, very very lucky people. They only have one sales. They go and directly sell sell those product, and whatever they want to do, they can go and sell to the customers. But we are not like that. Actually, we are more than that. We need to convince two people. One is investor and as well as customer. That's the very important thing here. So you need to come up with that kind of marketing and sales activity. And finance and terms. So everything I have completed right now. So I'll jump into the questions. Like we have like 5 more minutes to answer all your questions in terms of providing your valuable. Of course, you want to know that is this session is valuable or not. And over to Prabhu Sudran. Thank you, Prabhu Sudran.
Participants, do you have any doubts?
Thank you. Thank you, Helen. So any strategy for marketing seafood? So you need to come up with a lot of inbound strategies. If we want to understand your idea specifically, we have a lot of people around this Akshay. So we want to know your model very well. Like you can get my number as well as my email ID through Prabhasudanan. We want to understand your founding pedigree and as well as your company idea more, and then only we can give a tailor-made solution for your go-to-market strategy and as well as marketing strategy. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Akshay. So, Prabhu, can I leave? Is there any more questions?
So if you have any doubt, means you can share in the group. I will share to him, and you can clarify your doubts with us also. Thank you so much for your valuable time, Prem.
Yeah, Prabhu. Anything for you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful journey. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Dear participants, our next session will be start shortly at 1 o'clock. Everyone, please join before 5 minutes for the next session. The next session will be handled by Dr. K. Govindaraju sir, Professor Research at Center for Ocean Research. He's going to talk about startup in aquaculture. Please join on time. Thank you.